right. This is the Palace of Versailles. We're looking at the gardens. And there's the palace.
That's the Hall of Mirrors. And it's early. They haven't opened up yet, so we thought we'd give you a recap of yesterday. Yesterday was a cold and rainy day, and we started by going to the Louvre in the morning, and we got there a little bit later than we'd planned.
Around 9 something.
9:15. Yeah. And we'd hoped to just get tickets there, and because it's the off season, we figured it wouldn't be that crowded. And we were very wrong. And we quickly determined that it was going to be quicker, instead of waiting for those tickets, to just go online and get tickets for later that morning. And so we did that. And then we walked around the Point Neuf area and over to a church. What was that church?
Church of St. Eustace.
St. Eustace.
They're doing a heavy renovation or remodel or upgrade, and you couldn't go in the front, which is good because we found a side alley and walked through that and through these doors. Just a little door. You wouldn't even think it was an entrance. And beautiful church, though.
Yeah, it was nice. And then we went over to the Louvre and finally got in. It was a very long line, even when you have tickets.
Yeah.
And that got us downstairs where you could then get a map and figure out which long line you wanted to go through to get into which hall. And so we opted for
Denon.
the Denon Hall rather than the Richelieu Hall.
First.
Although they all connect,
yeah.
so it really didn't matter.
But the Denon held the Mona Lisa, and did it also hold the Venus de Milo?
I think it was in the Sully, but I don't know.
Okay.
They're all in there somewhere. But yes, we went and saw the Mona Lisa, which, is
from a distance.
Leonardo's favorite painting. No, he didn't care about it. It's the most famous painting of his now, although not necessarily his best, just the most famous. It's the one that you go see because everybody else is going to see it. And you have to say, oh yes, I saw the Mona Lisa. But you can see it much better online. What else? We wandered on a quest to go see the Venus de Milo.
It was a quest.
Every time you stop and ask somebody, they told you had to go down some stairs and up some stairs. And so we did that. And eventually we saw Venus, and, she was there. I want to give her a hug, but she just, she has no arms, so that was out of the question. What else? My favorite was, I didn't look up to see what it was, but I'm going to say it was Apostrophe, the goddess of vanity, taking the first selfie in sculpted history.
That's right. It's actual. It's a statue, and it looks like the person is holding a phone, taking a selfie.
And
we saw Egyptian art, Grecian art. The statues were great. The paintings, lovely.
And so I don't know if you can hear it off in the distance, but a guy with a leaf blower has appeared here on the gravel at
on the gravel.
Versailles. So even King Louis XIV had to deal with leaf blower noise in the mornings. So.
And we're in the gardens, and frankly, we haven't seen any flowers or any color to speak of.
It is the dead of winter, and the sun is just now rising.
Not really.
So
it's foggy.
Well, yeah. I mean, in theory, the sun is rising, but and then we went out to some Christmas markets. We went out to one at the Hotel de Ville. That was the one that had the double-decker carousel, and we got to ride on the double-decker carousel on the top floor.
True.
It was quite, and my horse would even go up, so I was like double-decker and a half up there. So it was really cool. It was a very pretty place. We wandered around there for a while. I got a pretzel there, so it was good, and it was hot.
And they only had about, 10 to 15 chalets.
Yeah, it wasn't a very big one. So after that, we hopped on the subway with a few other people. Subways here are about as crowded as they are in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Any time of the day, it seems, but except this morning.
We took that over to the Jardin des
Tuileries, something like that.
Big Ferris wheel. It was pretty much a winter or a Christmas, what do you call it? Christmas market that was a fair.
Yeah.
So they had
Lots of
roasted
rides.
roasted chestnuts, although they call them mousons, I think. Mousson, I don't remember, some other name. Um, and they had lots of rides there. And Kathy got soup.
I did. Lentil soup.
Yeah.
good.
But they had no pretzels there, so.
No, surprisingly, and this is like this is the largest Christmas market. They claim 150 booths. And anyway, it was fun walking around.
Got to see bumper cars.
Yeah.
And people bumping.
A big
Yeah.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
A couple of other rides.
We didn't go on any of the rides, just to be clear. We just walked around and looked at things.
Lots of candy.
ate
Like
soup.
they're big into nougat kind of candy. They had these gelée fruit things you could buy.
So yeah, compared to an American fair, more emphasis on food rather than rides.
Good food.
And the food, almost none of it was fried, which is kind of unusual for a fair.
True.
So, but lots of chocolates and pastries.
They had the
and,
raclette and the
Yeah.
tarte, whatever they call it, potato tart.